I'll never not love what like a fresh set of lilies does to our home. When the lilies eventually die, I always like to wait like a few days or even maybe a week before getting some new ones, just so I can have this little impact and have it as, honestly for me, is a nice just little like highlight of the day. Now lilies in our space are great, however we do also want to start looking at actually getting some kind of big plants and just bringing in a lot more kind of like nature and a lot more kind of just like greenery into our space. So if you do have any plant recommendations, please do let us know. Keep in mind, my fiance and I do travel quite a bit, so we kind of need some plants that are kind of like tough and independent for like the times that we're not here. Also, we will be very new to the plant game, so we definitely need some stuff that is a little dummy proof as well. So any recommendations would be great. So I just got back from the tailors and I thought I'd walk you through what I did and how just tailoring your clothes slightly can make such a difference to how they fit you and how you feel in them. Now, if you don't already get your clothes tailored, I highly recommend you to do it. The reason why you should consider getting most of your clothes tailored is that when you buy something, let's say online or in a store, I like to view that as this is just the starting point. Let's take me for example. I'm 180 centimeters tall and I have kind of like longer legs and a shorter torso, where you could also be 180 centimeters tall, same weight as me, but you could actually have a slightly longer torso and shorter legs, which means a t-shirt in a size medium will fit us both differently. And that is where a tailor comes in handy. So I have these two t-shirts that I purchased a while back online and I have not worn them at all because the t-shirts ran quite long, one definitely more than the other. As you can see, just as they are, they don't fit me that well and they don't complement me that well unless you were just going to tuck them in. But I personally don't want to wear a t-shirt that I can only tuck in. So the simple fix to this is you take them to the tailor and they just take them up to your desired length. This costed me $10 a t-shirt. That's from what I found roughly to be kind of like the generic price. Obviously it depends tailor to tailor, but that's roughly the average that you can look at. But the way I look at it is spending just an extra $10 or so allows me to just feel better in the item and get a lot more use out of it. So this is now the fit of the first one, and as you see, it kind of finishes just slightly below my waistline, which I feel is, for me, that kind of like perfect length. I personally wouldn't call this a cropped t-shirt. I just feel this is, and honestly, where a t-shirt should pretty much finish. Maybe I could give it like an extra centimeter of length to make it absolutely perfect. So spending that extra $10 just allows me to get so much use out of this. All right, so this t-shirt is a little bit different. First off, let's just focus on the length. Again, a lot better. I did them both to that same length and I feel that makes it a lot more wearable. Now this t-shirt in particular is the one from Mersby Swans. I think that I pronounced it correct. It's the one that is worn in the Bear, the very like popular one. It's this exact model. Now the one he wore themselves, I think it was the stylist, did already shorten it. I think they said they like tapered it or like tightened the bottom of the hem slightly. Mersby Swans say that it does shrink in the wash, and I did all that before, which is why it's still a little bit stiff. To be honest, I didn't find that it really shrunk at all, which is definitely why I felt the need to take it to the tailors. So if you are getting these ones again, or kind of like any t-shirt, maybe do wash them first just to see if there is any shrinkage, because the last thing you want to do is shorten it yourself, come back, love it, and then when you do wash it, it shrink even more and it become unwearable. So kind of like take that in. I do still feel it fits me, to be honest, a little bit odd around here. I'm wearing a size large and I do just feel it's kind of like just way too tight in the arm. So I'm hoping that maybe with wear, it'll get a little bit looser. So I'd encourage you to look around your room. If you find some t-shirts that you just haven't worn for ages because you don't like the length of them, consider spending, you know, $10, $15 or whatever it could be on them to get them tailored so they fit your body type perfectly.
It is time, it's the perfect summer night. Those three words are spelled out in your eyes. But before I go on, say something wrong.
With my grandma. Yeah.
I just hope and bite my happy birthday to you.
I know. Wait, I want to say really quickly, thank you guys so much for being here. I feel so warm and engulfed in love. This year has been a very beautiful year, and I think each of you have played such a beautiful part in that, so thank each and every one of you for being here and taking the time also. And yeah, to many more to come. Love you. Cheers. Yeah, and it'll be fresh. Yeah, very great. So good.
So I thought I'd give you all a little bit of an update on, I guess, my fitness journey, my workout routine, and also the kind of like major injuries that I'm dealing with that are actually affecting my day-to-day life. I kind of just want to open up, be vulnerable, and I guess, just paint a more clear picture to what can be shown just online through whether it's a YouTube video or Instagram. So about 3 to 4 months ago now, I went on one of my first runs in a very long time. I've always been dealing with a knee injury. Back when I was playing rugby in New Zealand, I had a very bad injury that pretty much like stopped me playing. My knee pretty much just got completely like dislocated out, like really bad. And then on top of that, a very big chunk of like bone / like cartilage got kind of just like completely taken out as well. So on this knee, I think I've had a total of 3 surgeries. For the longest time, things were going quite well. Then in the last like 2 years or so, things got a little bit niggly, especially as I was increasing like my running volume. If any of you've been watching for a while, you would have known that I was running like very frequently with the boys in London. And then I kind of like just really pulled back and I was like, let me like focus on my rehab and kind of just make sure that my knee health is good. But as I was saying, 3 to 4 months ago, I decided, hey, I'm feeling pretty good, like my knee's feeling pretty good, let's go for a run. And instead of me being like, hey, let's test this out, go slow, do, you know, a little bit on, a little bit off, you know, like running, walking, no, I decided to go out with the boys, because to me, like running is like a great time to just be like social. I love the social aspect of running. I've always like really connected with people when we're doing some sort of like physical activity. So I went on this run, we went really fast, especially for me who hadn't been running for quite some time. And at the time I was feeling great. I noticed that maybe my fitness levels were down a bit, but knees and everything were feeling great until we finished. And when we finished, my knee instantly, I just felt it just stiffen up and just swell up. And I was like, damn, like maybe I went a bit too hard. And then over the next few days, my knee just got kind of like more swollen, stiffer and stiffer, to the point I just couldn't really bend it at all. My physiotherapist in London looked at it. He was pretty much just like, you need to go see a knee specialist. And he had like a really good one who was really kind of like anti-surgery, which I was like, good, that's like what I want to hear. Cause like, especially like here in the States and stuff, people really do like to just like push surgery forwards. And I'm just like, no, I really don't, unless it's like the last option. Saw him and pretty much, again, sorry, I'm just trying to like just be like real with all of this. Pretty much he was saying that not only do I have structural kind of like damage and like the structure of my patella has been, because of my knee injury, like kind of like pushed off to the side a little bit. On top of that, through all the years and everything, there's just been a complete like breakdown of like the cartilage. It's just been completely just like pretty much just like sanded down to almost like nothing. So this was obviously not like the best news to hear. And it ultimately came back that he was like, look, we could do a surgery just to help like the structural part of the knee, which would involve like a bunch of screws and about like a 6 to 8 month recovery, which also just wouldn't guarantee like much at all. So that was a bit of a bummer. And then after speaking more about it with my physiotherapist, who's also in communication with the knee specialist, we decided that for the time being, as it was starting to heal itself a bit, in the sense of like I did have mobility and everything back in my knee, that we would just try and build as much muscle up on this leg first, because if you ever do go into surgery, just having more muscle and just like stability in that area is always better. Because of that run that I did, this leg, my right leg, had just completely wasted away. I wasn't able to like lock out my kneecap, so I wasn't able to activate my quads, especially like my VMO, which took a toll on me like just mentally as well, because it's just like, even just visually, it just looked like all the muscle in this leg had gone, while I still had an okay amount in this leg. Obviously this leg had lost a bit as well, because just couldn't really train properly. I'll be a little bit vulnerable, because for me, again, it is like a kind of like, I guess like a sensitive subject for me, but I'll show you like the comparisons on screen now. It's not even just because of the visuals, it's actually because, so every day my knee mentally kind of like affects me. So like whether I'm going up and down stairs or just doing simple tasks, picking something up off the ground or whatever it could be, my knee's hurting. If I go walk for too long, my knee starts hurting. And this is definitely not like a woe is me. I guess want to paint more of a picture. So it's like, you might see me in the gym and it looks like I'm always just having a great time. But the truth is I'm always battling, and also like battling like mentally going to the gym or not. And fitness to me, and some of you will be able to relate to this, fitness to me has always from the get-go been a huge part of my life, through sports and just through, I just love it. It helps me mentally, it helps me de-stress and relax and just have more of a clear mind. And running especially has such a great positive effect on me mentally. And when that's kind of like taken away from me, it is really hard, because again, fitness is a huge part of my life, and I am still now working on trying to find alternatives that can give me that kind of like mental clarity that running can do, but it is quite hard because running is quite a unique one. Like, I've tried cycling, still it's good, it's not fully the same. I've tried swimming, again good, it's still not fully the same, but I'm gonna just keep trying because it is so beneficial to me. Which brings me on to kind of like the workout program that I'm doing now. Obviously I've got like my own rehab stuff that I need to work on the side, but my actual split that I've like changed up to and am really enjoying. Day 1 is chest and quads, day 2 is back and hamstrings, and day 3 is shoulders and arms, and then day 4 is a rest day, and then I just repeat it. The reason I like this so much, and even more than like push-pull legs, which has always been like one that I've done for a long time, is it's just nice being able to do like kind of 2 movements, let's say on the chest, and then like 2 movements on the quads, and then for me, not overdoing kind of like that knee area, and then the next day when I'm fresh, I can be like, cool, I focus on the hamstrings and the back. This is just a long little update. I'm like looking at this now and didn't think I'd be talking this long, and it looks not appealing. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to give you all an update on that, kind of open up to you all as well, and kind of also explain why you probably won't see much gym footage from me now. And that is purely just because when I'm in the gym, I really do just want my focus to be on my training and kind of like really helping fix my leg. And when I think about filming, as easy it is just to set up a camera, it kind of like throws me off a little bit. So I really just want to have that time where I'm like, I'm here for one purpose, and it's to really just help fix my leg. So yeah. So I mentioned in a few videos back that I wanted to show more behind the scenes of my brand, and also showcase you kind of like more samples and kind of what we're working on. And these trousers right here are the newest thing that we are working on at the moment. These are our versions of a fatigue trouser. Now these ones are still just a sample, and there are changes that will be made, but I've wanted to do a fatigue trouser for a while because our cargos I wear all the time, but to me, cargos are kind of just like my run and gun, like daily, kind of like casual trouser. I don't really like dress them up. Where a fatigue trouser I find can really hit that line of like casual, but also smart casual too. As you see, I've teamed up with loafers on foot, I've tucked a t-shirt in, and I have a belt, so it kind of just like can kind of just dress up a casual daily outfit. Now the shape and the material of these trousers are the exact same as our lightweight cotton linen cargo, so sampling this is much easier. The only changes that we've really done is one, the pockets, which I do want to change. I actually want to create these pockets to be a bit more exaggerated, bigger, and I think with a slight curve, so that'll be the first change that we do. I also want the pocket to be a little bit deeper. Right now it is quite shallow, and I personally like deeper pockets. And the second change we've done is we've actually put it in a traditional waistband, opposed to the elasticated waistband that is on our lightweight cargos. We've also dyed them in this new navy color. This color isn't available in any of the trousers, so at the moment I'm just getting a feel for these. I personally absolutely love them. We've had a few different swatches of kind of like the shade of navy, and this one I absolutely love at the moment. And to start with, I would actually only want to release these in navy. I do still need to decide on what actual hardware goes onto these. I do really like the idea of these kind of like metal buttons, and potentially looking at like a leather patch on the back. But yeah, this is how they are looking so far. Again, these won't be coming out for a while because we still have to do more sampling on them. But yeah, let me know what you think. thought it was time we had a little bit of a sit down and kind of like an honest conversation, because that is actually something that I have been kind of like keeping from all of you. So I thought I'd kind of like address it now. And effectively that is my wedding planning. So some of you might know this, some of you might not, but I've actually been engaged to my fiance now for kind of, I think, just over a year and a half. And pretty much ever since the proposal, we started completely like just planning our wedding. I wanted to address this so you just didn't see it as this like random thing that will most likely kind of like pop up on my socials. My fiance and I, and kind of like mainly me, made the decision that we wanted to keep, for the most part, our wedding quite private and to ourselves. Mainly so that we could be like truly present in like kind of like every part of it, the highs and the lows. From like choosing a date, finding a venue, sorting out like my suit and her sorting out her dress. We just wanted to be truly present in each of those moments. I really didn't want to be like half kind of like focused on the task at hand, and then also like half focused on like filming content. It's actually the same reason I struggle to show like true behind the scenes of the brand, and it's because I never want to be like half focused on, let's say, clothings and making decisions, and then also half focused on like, did I get the shot? Is the camera in focus, or whatever it could be. So the date is actually very fast approaching. I actually 2 days ago finally like got my suit, which I got like custom made and stuff for myself. And one cool factor about it, and I will show this after the wedding, I will like show you guys my suit, but one really cool thing that I'm so happy about the suit are that the trousers are actually based off a pair from my own clothing brand. Again, we made some tweaks to them, but it's actually really cool that they're like based off that. But again, I'll go into all of this and like more details about the wedding post it. I just kind of wanted to make this announcement, like I said, so when you do see it on my socials, it isn't just like a, wait, what? Like, why didn't he, you know, show us or tell us? Because I do try to show you guys a lot of my life. I just hope that with this one moment that you can kind of like appreciate and also just respect kind of, I guess, the privacy that we wanted to have, because it is something that is so special to us. Also, final note, don't worry, there will be footage and stuff that I will eventually show in the YouTube video. But yeah, so that's just a little sit down, and I'm gonna enjoy my tea, and I'll see you all in the next one. Oh, and also I am extremely nervous for the wedding, but also like so excited as well.